Let's move on to question 2. Given the recent changes in tax law, we've been having a lot of conversations, very specifically with things like inherited IRAs and the timing by which you have to withdraw assets out of that. That has caused some complexity for us and has really brought about some, more conversations about the little known options of suspending Social Security benefits. Would you mind talking through some of the mechanics of that and when you find it might be most beneficial?
There are really 3 what I would call do-over options for Social Security. Generally, if you claim early, those benefits are going to be permanently reduced. But let's say you decide, gee, that was a mistake. I wish I could undo it. If you are within the first 12 months of claiming, you have the right to change your mind and withdraw your application for benefits. But that means you have to pay back any benefits you have received. And if anybody else is collecting on your records, such as a spouse or maybe a minor dependent child, you have to pay those benefits back too. Now, why would you want to do that? It wipes the slate clean as if you have never claimed Social Security. So at a later date, when you're older, it would be as if you're claiming benefits for the first time and you get a bigger amount. Let me give you an example of who might want to do that. Let's say you have a husband who's the main breadwinner and he claims early just because he can, and he's okay with taking that 25% cut. But it didn't occur to him that if he dies first, his wife, his widow, is going to get a smaller survivor benefit, because a survivor benefit can be worth up to 100% of what that deceased worker was collecting or entitled to collect at time of death. So if he claims early and gets a smaller benefit, he is leaving his widow with a smaller benefit. So in that case, he may want to undo that decision. Another option is if you miss that 12-month window, you can't withdraw your benefits anymore, but now you have another opportunity. You have to wait till your full retirement age or later, and then you can suspend your benefits. The good news is you don't pay anything back. The bad news is those checks you've been getting stop. But in the meantime, now they start earning delayed retirement credits that will increase that amount by 8% a year up until age 70, and your benefits can automatically turn on at 70 at a higher level.
I like how you phrase that as the redo, especially when you consider the first question, right? When we make decisions early and are going to often out of fear or and I've often seen this when clients, have a death in the family or have something traumatic that happens and says, I think I just want to go grab that now. But it's good to know that there are these redo options. And very specifically, as I mentioned before, we're having a lot of conversations with our clients who are inheriting IRA and really saying, how do I integrate my Social Security with the rest of my income, with not only a focus on making sure I maximize it, but also making sure I'm making the best tax decision possible.
Let me throw out a third strategy, and
Sure.
stick with me. It's a little complicated. I talked about the do-over where you withdraw your benefits and pay it back within the first 12 months of claiming. The second option was suspending your benefits at full retirement age or later. You don't pay anything back, but now they start earning delayed retirement credits. There's a third option. Anyone who claims Social Security benefits after their full retirement age can request up to 6 months of retroactive benefits in a lump sum. So let me give you an example. Maybe you're 67 years old, you haven't claimed Social Security yet. You could claim now, and because you're a year past your full retirement age, you could say, I want to claim benefits and give me 6 months of retroactive benefits. Give me 6 months in a lump sum and pay me going forward as if I claimed it 66 and 6 months rather than 67. People who are looking for quick cash flow, but they also want a bigger benefit later, could claim benefits, get that 6 months retroactive in a lump sum, and then say, and now I want to suspend my benefits. And then the remainder will continue growing 8% a year. So you could get a chunk of money up front and then still defer the rest of your benefits for a bigger amount later.
Yeah, and that could become incredibly helpful. We have a lot of clients that tend to be relocating given as we're here in Illinois, the status of Illinois. So that might be a great strategist to free up some short-term liquidity as they're looking at housing transition. So I think that's a great example. Thank you so much for sharing all those redos. Mary Beth, thank you so much again for all your time. We really appreciate it. And everybody, thank you so much for spending your time with us today.
Thanks, Adam.